It's good, because I need the rest. I spend the next morning doing some fix-it stuff around the house, and when Mom gets home right after 5, she hugs me again. We spend an hour or so catching up before Mom looks at the old grandfather clock Dad and I restored when I was young and says, "Don't you have somewhere to be?" My brow furrows in confusion. "I don't think so." "Yes, you do," she insists. "You're supposed to be taking Melissa Galloway to dinner right now." I blink. "Melissa?" "Yes, Melissa. You better hurry." "What about—" "Your father's sleeping, but if he were awake, he'd tell you to get off your ass and go get your girl." "She's not my girl." "And she never will be if you keep sitting there and staring at me like a numbskull. Now go." On the drive to Melissa's house, my mind is a whirlwind of chaos. Melissa Galloway? I try to think of who she might be, but then it hits me. She's the girl who had a crush on me before I joined the SEALs. I remember her, of course. She was easily the most beautiful high school girl in town when I left. I escorted her to her junior and senior proms. I never pursued a relationship with her because she was just a kid, of course. How did I end up with a date with her? I did the proms for her because it was a nice thing to do since I never did my own proms. I call my mother and ask, "I didn't drink last night, did I? How do I not know I have a date with Melissa?" She laughs and says in a conspiratorial tone, "Well, she dropped by the store this morning to see you, and I told her you were free for dinner tonight." I laugh and say, "Okay, Mom, just for you." I hang up and don't need the directions to her place anymore. I pull in and get out of the car. I knock, and the lovely woman from the bar answers. I stare for a moment and then breathe out, "Melissa." She smiles and says, "What you did last night was special." I take her to the Sandcastle, a beach-themed restaurant that serves old-style burgers, shakes, and fountain sodas. It's where I took her on both of her proms. She's everything I remember and more. Sweet, funny, shy, and beautiful. When dinner ends and I find myself standing in her doorway as I drop her off, I realize that none of the feelings I had for her in high school remain. She's not a cute kid with a crush on me. My feelings aren't about doing something nice at all. She's not a kid. The years that separate us, very important when I was 17 or 18, don't mean a damned thing now.